Hello and welcome to episode 2 of season 4 of Felt Matters, the podcast. Join us in Vivienne's studio as we talk about her Nuno Felting book, look at her signature dresses, and discuss how they have developed over the years. I also talk her through the making of a vessel I am submitting to an exhibition in Edinburgh next February called Holding Conversations. But before we get started, I'd like to take you behind the scenes of the podcast so that you can discover for yourselves just why editing is so important. Press that and start recording. So if you would, right, just speak. Anyway, right, that's fine. I'm just checking your microphone is working. That's okay.
Is it working?
Yeah, it is.
Good,
It does say that you've got bad connection, but it never seems to make too much of a difference. So it seems to be okay.
I've turned off the stuff in the kitchen.
And the husband.
Yeah, he's banned. He's in the garden somewhere.
Right, okay. So it's really up to you to get started on this.
Hello and welcome to Felt Matters, the podcast on all things felting.
All right, well, you can do that again. Well, I was going to say that after the fourth word, but I thought I'd just let you stumble on.
Oh, God.
I know.
Here we go again. This is a real throwback, isn't it?
I know. You see, you don't get any better after all. You think you do, but you don't.
I know.
Okay.
I think it's because we just gloss over it.
Right.
Hello and welcome to... Oh, shit.
I think we should just keep all these I think we should make what do you call it when you bloopers? No, what do you call them? Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, the bits that people actually want to look at the
yeah, exactly. Yes.
The cuts, whatever they are.
No, there's a word for them. Anyway, let's try and get it right, shall we?
Okay. Hello and welcome to Felt Matters, the podcast on all things felting, brought to you by the International Felt Makers Association. And we are your hosts, and I'm Vivienne Morpeth, coming to you from sunny Lincolnshire.
And I'm Heather Potten in the lovely city of Edinburgh in Scotland. Damn it. The rhythm went out because you didn't say in England.
Oh.
And I was expecting it, and that's why there's a gap.
Right, okay.
Sorry, because otherwise it was good. But I mean, I might use that one anyway, but let's just try one more time. Mm-hmm.
Hello and welcome to Felt Matters, the podcast on all things felting.
Stop. Just do it again because
it's too fast anyway, isn't it?
Well, no. Just try not to hesitate before Felt Matters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to Felt Matters, the podcast on all things felting, brought to you. What are you laughing about? What have I done now?
I don't know. Sorry.
It's very artificial.
And I'm not even looking at you. I'm desperately not looking at you. Try again.
Okay. Hello and welcome to Felt Matters, the podcast on all things felting, brought to you by the International Felt Makers Association. And we are your hosts, and I'm Vivienne Morpeth, coming to you from sunny Lincolnshire in England.
And I'm Heather Potten in the lovely city of Edinburgh in Scotland. Right, okay. I don't think you need the and, but I might be able to cut that out.
Because you say the and.
Well, you said, and we are your hosts, and I'm Vivienne Morpeth. You don't actually need the and, but I might be able to cut it out. Don't know. If it's there, it's there. It's fine.
Do you want another go then?
What did you do? Fine, let's try one. The thing is, I really can't look at you because I will burst out laughing. So.
Hello and welcome to Felt Matters, the podcast on all things felting, brought to you by the International Felt Makers Association. We are your hosts, and I'm Vivienne Morpeth. No! I didn't do the second and. I only did one and.
No, but you meant to say, and we are your hosts.
Oh.
Stop. And then
That's where the...
I'm Vivienne Morpeth.
Okay. Well, I didn't have that in my script.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay, right. This is the last go.
It is.
Hello, and welcome to Felt Matters, the podcast on all things felting, brought to you by the International Feltmakers Association. And we are your hosts. I'm Vivienne Morpeth, coming to you from sunny Lincolnshire in England.
And I'm Heather Potten in the lovely city of Edinburgh in Scotland. So, yes. And the dress, tell me about the dress.
Oh, the dress. So, the dress I've also made recently. I mean, I've been making dresses and jackets for years, but these two I just made recently just because I've been writing about them. And I have always had a dress that I've worn for teaching in. So I have worn these dresses. It's a long tunic dress.
Mm-hmm. No pockets, I noticed.
No. No. I usually have it to sort of knee length. This is beyond knee length. And I like to wear a sort of like a t-shirt or a long sleeve t-shirt underneath my dresses.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just great to wear. And I've worn them so many times. I mean,
I presume that this model is your shape, and
it is. Yeah. So there's one. That was my.
I recognise that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that one. And you see, I've even repaired it because the silk wears out. I've worn it so much, and because it's thin, very fine silk, it's worn out.
And do you ever wash it?
Oh yeah, I wash it quite often. Not because it needs it so much as it sort of brings it back into shape.
Yeah.
And because I have worn it a lot. I mean, when I think I have dresses in my cupboard that I perhaps wear every now and again, whereas
the felt ones
a felt one
more often.
I have worn every weekend for 2 or 3 years, and then this is this is one of my first felt dresses. I've made a lot, and I made a lot as commissions, and I made a lot that I've also sold. But this was my very first felt dress, and you can see again I've literally worn out the fabric because I've worn and worn, and because I wear a bag strapped across me.
Ah, well, that
also
yes, bags are a nightmare.
Notorious for nice jumpers,
yes, they
aren't they?
Yes, and also labels inside of jackets. For having...
Oh gosh, yes. And so this one I made out of 3 panels that I felted, Nuno felt panels that I made on the dining room table.
And you've been about the same shape all these years?
I have all my life.
You haven't?
Yeah, no.
You've fluctuated like most of us do. I have been a lot bigger in my past.
I've been very fortunate. I've always been able to eat cake and eat whatever I like. But, swings and roundabouts.
You can have your cake and eat it.
I can.
Yeah.
And
so what happened? This one's not attached at all.
Well, it was originally.
Oh, was it?
But this is on the seat of the dress. And I have literally worn, I think I've worn out the wool, I've worn out the silk. And because when I've been going and teaching, I've been driving, and then I've been wearing my dress backwards and forwards and sitting in the car.
So this tells quite a story, this dress, doesn't it?
Oh, yes. And this, so I made this dress with, I think a few people have done this, where, you've inherited your mother-in-law's scarves.
Yeah.
And this, what we're looking at here, is a Liberty silk.
But not an ideal one for felting, really, is it?
No, it's a bit too thick.
It's a bit thick.
And now I think now I'd be able to engage that more, and I might even
you do your needle felting on the back. Yes, you? Because that's a tough one to felt.
You can see some areas it's felted in, and that's how it was to begin with.
Yeah, and this is a sort of a scrim.
No, it's just chiffon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then it's lined actually with scarves that were my mother-in-law's. So,
oh wow!
And originally I used to make all my dresses and line them with silk chiffon. So this one I made 3 panels. I downloaded a pattern, a Burda pattern, on my printer in whatever it is, 25 A4 pieces, sellotaped them together, and got the pattern. And then I just sewed it together. So it's just literally sewed up the seams at the shoulders.
So it's not a 3D dress. It's not a...
This one isn't seamless. My first one wasn't. And And then subsequently, I realized that I could make them all in one. And the thing about making a dress is you've got to be able to, and it's seamless, you've got to be able to get it over your head and over your shoulders. And our shoulders are usually wider than our waists, but not always. And then just getting our arms up above our heads to get the dress on can be a bit of a, there's times when you get stuck in the changing room.
Oh, and you think, I'm never going to get out of this.
And so it can be a bit like that, putting on a long felt dress.
Fits you now?
It does, yeah. And that's laid with herringbone. So that's the sections of silk laid out, and then I've used what I call cloisonné inlay.
Oh, yes.
So I've put different colours, different fabrics, different decorative fibres in the gaps. And then I have put herringbone behind. And I mean, you can feel it actually felt up quite firmly.
This has more structure in a way.
Yeah.
So
this has
you had help to...
I had Rafi rolled it for me.
Yes, because that's quite tough.
Yeah. And because at the moment I'm trying not to use up my physical energy. So
you've got dots on your bum.
I know. Well, in actual fact, when it lifts up, when it sits a little bit higher. It sits more like that. But yes, so this is a classic problem if you don't get the measurements right, or if you don't felt it down enough in the middle.
Yes.
But yeah, when I have it on, it sits there. So it actually just sits across the top of my hips.
Yeah.
Which for me is fine.
Yes, positioning of decorative features is really pretty important, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes. And also because it affects the shrinkage. And when I've been teaching, I've had to kind of discourage people from putting too much around here, which is the front.
Because it doesn't felt in as much.
It doesn't shrink as much.
So it'll be a bit of a gapy neck.
Yes. And also around the armholes. So there are various places where it does work.
Yes.
And of course, when we're looking at it all, it's very easy to put them on the bust.
Well, quickly. I was just thinking that, but I wasn't going to say it. But
yeah. So
unless you want
the
that
bust
sort
is
of
slightly
effect.
different from the mannequin. So, but yes, so it just sort of sits up a bit more like that.
Yes.
But yeah, that's what I've.
So you've been taking photographs for the book as well. Have you done the photographs yourself?
Every photograph. I've drawn on all my teaching experiences and recalling teaching, and I've worked particularly on trying to explain how to do things that I remember students in a workshop finding more difficult. And I think the thing about following any technical book isn't so much the skills that you have, it's the following instructions. You'll find this from your teachings, that it's about reading it and checking it and then looking at it again and then doing it step by step. And of course, as felt makers, I don't know about you, but I tend to look at the pictures and just work from the pictures. So I think if felt makers are following the instructions, then to the best of my ability, I think they should work through. And because I've had 3 years of writing this, I have gone over a lot of it many times. In fact, I've even rewritten it.
Are you still seeing it when you read it? It's quite hard when you have been writing something for so long. You can read through it, but actually not be reading through it.
Oh, do you know what I've been doing? I use audible playback on my computer.
Okay.
Because I'm dyslexic.
All right.
Then I can write form instead of from.
Yes,
and,
yes.
And my computer will also accept words that just don't exist.
Well, I mean,
maybe in America somewhere.
But in felt making, there are words that they will correct to something that is recognizable.
I have had it reading it back to me.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So that works incredibly well.
Does it have your voice, or is it?
No. I think it's got a name, but I haven't gone down that route.
Oh gosh,
so
no.
But yeah, that's a brilliant
Yes.
modern device on computers.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially if you're writing anything for people like me, that can so easily.
And does
just
that have you actually picked up mistakes that way? And
loads.
yes,
Loads.
So it
and
really
also
has.
just the way to phrase things. I want people to be able to hear my voice.
I was going to say yes.
And to kind of get into the kind of the way of thinking about it. And I believe that if they start at the beginning or work their way through, even experienced felt makers will, I like to think, enjoy the book from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And if they work their way through from making a flat piece and they follow my directions, then they will be able to make a seamless dress or jacket or tunic.
Yeah.
And also, more than that, they'll be able to make their own designs.
Yes.
Because that's what I want to do. I just want to be able to share my kind of technical knowledge and give people confidence to feel inspired and make their own pieces of Nuno felt and enjoy wearing them or dressing their home with them if they don't actually want to wear them themselves, or sell them at fairs, teach other people how to.
So it's not just a project-based book.
No. It is technical development. So each chapter is a different aspect. So one chapter might be on surface design and texture, with an opportunity to make a large Nuno wrap.
Yeah.
And another chapter will be on colour, with the recipe for hand dyeing silks, but also talking about the colour wheel, but not in a technical way, because there's loads of that, and people can, research that and go to Goethe's theory of colour. But just if you've got a colour wheel, this is the way I use the colours, because I use them where I choose a dominant colour and then I work with the neighbours.
Mm-hmm. Unlike me, who goes straight to the opposite.
Well, that's what's so interesting. This is what makes us a good team, Heather. And it gives us so much to talk about and these different things.
Yeah.
So these are just some of the aspects that I cover, and I hope that when it's published next year, that people will enjoy.
Is there a publication date?
Exploring it. Not as yet.
No.
Not as yet. I don't have that yet. Maybe we'll be able to add that at some point.
Well, I mean, it's certainly. I don't think you could have had a better thing to do, really, than like you said, your palliative care team saying, well, you don't have to get up, but the fact that you've got this amazing thing, which is kind of sort of a culmination of your life's work, really, isn't it? I mean, I think that's just, not everybody gets that.
No, I feel hugely privileged, and the fact that it's almost a kind of where people talk about mindfulness and doing mindfulness exercises and whatnot. I mean, I can come into my studio and I can write for 3 or 4 hours and I forget that I'm dying.
Yes.
Yes.
And the light in here is just so beautiful.
It's
I've just been
lovely.
thinking, I've been just sitting here, just listening to you, but also the light, it's very calming. It's soft. It's it's a great place to work, isn't it? It's a lovely place
I'm
to
very
work.
fortunate. I mean, this is the converted space that used to be
Yeah.
the little tap room when the garden was a market garden.
Yeah.
And the coal shed and outside loo. And the cats usually are in baskets on my work table. But they've been excluded today for you.
Yeah, good. And did you see that the basket that I finally made, the vessel that I finally made?
I think it's lovely. It's great. Yeah. Yeah. So do you want to talk about your journey with your vessels?
Well, I've cut one of them
Tell
up.
us.
I mean, I'm trying to, I've just had a message actually last week to say that the exhibition has been postponed. So I didn't actually have to work quite as quickly as I did.
Which exhibition?
It's Visual Arts Scotland, and it's an exhibition about vessels, and it's talking about vessels that explore intimacy, care, exchange, and embodied dialogue, which all sounds a bit posh, but anyway, so my idea.
I rather like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was Neve, as usual. She's always pointing me in the right direction of doing things, and she's done something completely different. But I thought about the bride's cog from Orkney,
Yes.
Because obviously we've talked before about my connection with Orkney and my father. And when I was a kid on one of our holidays, I went to an Orkney wedding and they were passing the bride's cog
Yes.
around at the end
Oh, really?
of the
Yeah.
wedding. So there's a communal feast. And I mean, there are lots of traditions about Orkney weddings, but the one that still seems to maintain is the use of the bride's cog, which is basically like a barrel, and it's got handles, and they can either be curved handles or handles that come up proud of the structure. And sometimes it's 3 handles and sometimes it's 2.
And what's inside? Is it wine?
Well, this is the communal feast. So all the wedding guests go to wherever the feast is. And in the bride's cog, it's an ale which is sweetened with spices, and it's usually a family recipe and whatever, and it's incredibly alcoholic. And it's I was reading Tom Muir, who is an Orcadian storyteller, and Tom Muir has written the description of the bride's cog in the Kirkwall Museum, where they have still got some of the traditional cogs. And he says that, in fact, it was intended to finish off anyone who was still standing, because it'd been a whole day of celebrations. Yeah. And if you were still sober, then there was obviously something wrong with the wedding. So you had to have the bride's cog at the end of the whole.
Amazing, yeah.
And so it was passed around to follow the course of the sun, and it was passed to all the guests. And it meant that the couple got to meet all of their guests.
Yes.
And the wedding had to be held with a growing moon and a flowing tide. May was unlucky. Thursday was the best day. And then when the wedding party went off to have the feast,
yes.
those at the end were called tail sweepers, and they used a heather broom to clear away traces of footsteps to confuse the trows. And that was the fairy folk, so nobody knew.
Yeah.
So there's all sorts of superstition.
What age are we talking about here? Do you think that this was last done?
Well, I mean, as far as the bride's cog's concerned, it is still used.
Yeah.
It is still used. And I don't know about the tail sweepers, possibly not so much now. But anyway, I tried 4 different layouts.
Yeah.
And eventually I had to succumb to the idea that I needed to use a book resist, which I wasn't particularly confident in, but Mandy Nash came to stay with me, and she put me right on how to use the book resist. So the first resist that I used was this one, which had these enormous handles, which when it came out was just ridiculous. So I ended up cutting that up in a sort of, not peak exactly, but I was just thinking, yeah, that's no good. And then I made another one which had very long, thin handles, but they fell over. And then I made one which I still quite like, and it has little lugs, and they're quite cute. But the final resist is this. And then these are made in separate resists and then all integrated.
Yeah.
And that was the one that actually worked. But what I hadn't quite appreciated was the volume that it gives is quite significant compared to a 2D resist compared to a book resist.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It's about that size.
Yeah.
It is quite substantial. It's quite a large cog. So if you filled that up and passed it around your wedding guests, you could probably ensure that nobody was standing. And I used a lot of silks in that. And well, I've shown you the photographs, so I don't need to show you again. But I love. I mean, our Nuno felt isn't exactly the same as each other's, and I do enjoy using pre-printed silks, because I love what happens to them when
they do transform.
They transform, and there's one particular silk I use which has lots of petals, and when it's felted in, it looks like a sort of a gravel, or, the sort of textures on a beach or whatever. So yes, that's the vessel that I'm putting forward for this little exhibition with Visual Arts Scotland.
And where's it going to be exhibited then?
It is somewhere down in Leith, I think. It's in Edinburgh anyway. Yes. So it's but as I say, that it's been postponed, and it's not going to actually happen until next year.
Right. Well, you're well prepared then.
I am well prepared. And that's where we'll leave this episode. I've now checked the details for the exhibition Holding Conversations, and it'll be on at Custom Lane, Edinburgh, from the 10th to the 21st of February 2026. Photos of Vivienne's dresses and my vessel are on our Instagram page at feltmatters.thepodcast. And that's it for now. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast where felt matters. This podcast is brought to you by the education team of the International Feltmakers Association. Conceived, hosted and produced by Vivienne Morpeth and Heather Potten. Editing by Heather Potten. Music by Artie Williams. Graphics by Rafaela Morpeth.
If, like us, you'd like to hear more from our amazing felting community, subscribe at the end of this episode. It helps other creatives to find us, and each episode will drop into your podcast platform for you to enjoy.